Trends, why you so nice with it? The gear's tight looking right, you got the ice with it. A conversation with me will change your life. Your wife want the pipe, and when I hit you feel a slight difference. In her box, my cock's bigger, I'm hot nigga. She don't rock with you, she got with you for dough. Your hoes a thought, if you fuck around, I'll take your mom, kiss her, fuck her, then I'm taking your hot sister. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. You cuff that bitch, I'ma fuck that bitch. You in love that chick, will suck that dick. That slut will kick you out your house, man, fuck your couch. I'm Rick James, bitch, I'll take your bitch and fuck her mouth, nigga. You bitchin' cause I'm smashing your hoe, you so passionate though. You would laugh for her to go on the trip, now you trippin' because I got her ass, you acting vaginal, bro. I'll give her back, blow her back out, then go. Nigga, act like you know. Sharing is caring, nigga, I dare a nigga to swear that niggas can get to his chick. I put fear in niggas, they scared this nigga will take the girl and make her my bitch. You the type to die for a slut, you lie just to fuck. You like to get drunk and high just to get the courage to say hi, you a punk. You want to get some ass but then you act like a monk. She's stringing you along, it's going on like a month. You spending all this dough, she still ain't touching your junk. She taking off her panties and you smelling the funk. You say you hate it but you ate it even though that it stunk. Nasty ass nigga. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. I'ma keep fucking your lady. My pull-out game's amazing, we ain't having a baby. You bitchin' moaning and crying, complaining, acting crazy because I'm fucking your girl, you punk ass, you pay me. Get cash to smash your whack ass chick. You too stupid to realize I'm teaching your whack ass shit. All up in your feelings, you feeling all attached and it's making you go crazy. And maybe if you had that shit we call game, you know you can't control no hoe. No matter if she's bad or right or just so-so. You trying to control that bitch, that's a no-no. You worried about other niggas, that's so homo. Pause. Niggas wanna be so romantic, but they chick be all up on another man's dick. I be on that man shit, they be acting manic. I don't think these guys know what a man is. Y'all thinking you're out here winning with your money and status, you're thinking you're rich. But how you see yourself as a winner if I could ruin your day by smashing your bitch? Yeah, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good, what's good? Shout outs to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to April MC with your sexy ass. Shout out to Daniel G, Iceberg S in the building, King Leak, DJ, Salvador Keith Joek, Monogamous Player, CT in the building, Certified Tyrone, Jet Lucci, Brad Davis, man, King Gordy, all about the Benjamins, True Color, Hakeem is in the building, man. Shout out to everybody up in the chat. Did I say Joe Black? Shout out to you, bro. That's the dude right there. AT is the dude right there. Man, we about to get it in today. Canada Boy, Taser, and look, today's show, guy. I like to really break the game down heavy. So today's show, the game is gonna be so heavy, you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's all making sense now. Like, I get it. I didn't realize, but now I get it. So I want you guys to have that aha moment. Like, oh shit, word for real, son. I knew it was something, but I didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into all of that, though, we still got to do this. Let's go.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and Niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Joe. You'd be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't know accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right. What's going on? What's going on? So let's get into this. So the topic of today's show is most women like to be unhappy. Most women like to be unhappy. And this is also correlated with, why you might be frustrated, in the game when you're dealing with women, you're in a relationship or whatever, you're interacting with chicks. Right now, first thing I want to say is this. I'm not talking about all women. Of course, there's exceptions, there's women that don't think this way, but a lot of women like to be unhappy, right? And now, what does this mean, right? So what you have to understand is that when it comes to men and women, anybody, right? Understand that your happiness comes from within. So you can't get happiness from somebody. Nobody can make you happy. You understand what I'm saying? No person can make you happy, right? But what happens is that because people generally are confused when it comes to happiness, we're always looking for outside things to make us happy. It's like the whole pursuit of happiness. Like, I got to pursue the happiness, which is a bunch of garbage, right? See, the happiness comes from within. Now, what happens when it comes to women, and why I say they like being unhappy, and yes, like is the correct word, right? Is that what happens is you have a lot of situations where women are, generally, they'll be, I'll break it to you like this. There's situations where women are unhappy because certain things occurred in their life. And I want to stick mostly to like relationships and them dealing with men, right? So there's certain things that happened in their situations with men, right? Now, it's one thing if a woman had a really fucked up situation with a guy, and let's say that guy was a loser, he was an asshole, he was fucked up, he was all over the place, whatever it is, right? Now, it makes sense for her to be like, I'm not really happy with this situation because he's a fucking dick. You understand? I get it. That makes sense, right? And so what happens is that women get themselves in these situations, or they'll be in these situations, right? And they don't like the fact necessarily that they're in this fucked up situation, right? And what happens is that they don't necessarily like in this situation that they're unhappy, right? But what happens is, and what gives you the inclination or the thought or to realize that most women like to be unhappy is that whenever women are not in these situations, or whenever women have, never been in these situations, and then they're just in a situation that's just like, a chill, regular situation, right? There are times where there isn't really anything necessarily to complain about or feel some type of way about or, bitch about or moan about. But what will happen is that things will still occur in that manner. You understand? The woman will still feel a certain way about a certain thing, even though nothing is actually happening in the situation to warrant that type of response, right? So, for example, I'm sure some of you guys have been in this type of situation before, right? Where you did something fucked up, right? You did something fucked up, right? And then your girl's like, yo, what the fuck? And blah, blah, blah. And she's upset at you for the fucked up shit you did, right? So you're like, okay, you know what? I did fuck up. That was fucked up. I apologize. I'm sorry. You know, you're like, man, you know, I shouldn't have done that. And, you know, you acknowledge like, yo, this was kind of fucked up. I shouldn't have did it, whatever, right? Now, then you have the situations, and I'm sure you guys have been in this situation before, where your girl is just upset. She's pissed off. She's in a mood, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, well, like, what did I do? like, what did I do? I didn't do it. Like, you're trying to think. You're like, well, what happened? Did I say something? Did I forget to do this thing? Is it our anniversary? What the fuck is she? What is she mad about? Right? What is she upset about? And it's in those situations where you actually didn't do anything. You understand? Like you really, like, because remember, before you did something, which is why she's mad, and you're like, okay, I get it. I did this, and this is why you're upset. I get that. But there are situations where you're just chilling, and you're like, well, why the fuck is she so upset? Why is she so pissed off? Why is she so angry? What the fuck? And then you start to inquire, like, yo, what's wrong? You understand? And then either one or two things will happen. Either, you know, she'll be like, oh, it's nothing, whatever, but you know something's up. Or she'll come up with something that doesn't necessarily make sense logically, right? But she's trying to find something to be angry and upset about. So for example, I'll choose a goofy example, but shit like this happens, right? You be chilling there and your chick is upset and you're like, yo, why the fuck, like, what I do? What's going on? Right? And she's just pissed off. And so she'll say something crazy like, well, I had this dream that we were at a party and you went up to some girl in my dream and started flirting with her. And I didn't really like that. And I can't believe that you actually went and spoke to that girl. And you're like, what the fuck what is she talking about? You see what I'm saying? You're like, come on. Like, what are you talking about? Now, again, as crazy and as far-fetched as this sounds, a woman will do that. She will do that sometimes. You understand? Exactly. You know, so she's like, you cheated on me in my dream. How could you? How dare you? And that's why she's upset at you. Now, why would a woman do that anyway in the first place? You understand what I'm saying? Why? Shout out to my dude K Zaggin in the chat. Shout out to my dude K Zaggin. Now you're sitting there like, you know, why would she do that? See, and Kevin, you're saying, oh, you're dealing with crazy bitches. No, this is what I'm saying. It's not that they're crazy. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, and I'm going to go deeper into it, right? What happens is that she's not crazy, but what it is that she's choosing something to be upset about. And why is she doing that? She's doing that because what happens is that a woman needs to actually feel something. So a lot of times when, you know, you're chilling and you're having like, you have a good relationship, you understand, a lot of times, whatever, like you're doing what you're supposed to do. You go to work, you pay the bills or whatever, or you got this girl who's your girlfriend, everything is cool, everything is chill, everything's relaxed. What she's going to do, or what's going to happen is that sometimes women get bored. You understand? Women get bored. So earlier I was talking about a woman in a fucked up relationship with a fucked up guy, right? Now, as fucked up as that is, she still felt, you understand? She still felt some emotion. She felt a bunch, like, even though it was crazy, it wasn't boring. You understand? So women want to feel emotions. It can be good emotions, positive, negative, but she got to feel something. She can't just be bored though. You understand? Women can't be bored. So what'll happen is that sometimes when your relationship is good and everything's going great, sometimes she will try to bring up something or start something so that emotions can be drawn up in the situation. You understand? So what'll happen is that she wants that because she likes that. She likes to be unhappy because the unhappiness brings that emotion. You understand? And so you have situations where you're like, well, I didn't do anything. What the fuck? Like, why is that, happening, right? And the reason why that's happening is because she wants those emotions. Now, this is the thing. Let me go even deeper. Should I go deeper?
Do it.
Okay, let's go.
Just do it.
Let's go deeper. Right now, the woman wants to feel emotions. She wants to feel something. She wants to feel something going on. What happens is that most women. Hold on, did I fucking? Oh, I fucked up the goddamn phone lines. I got to do this shit over. Hold on, but anyway. So what'll happen is that most women, what they'll do is that they'll be in situations, right, where they have a lot of experience in bad relationships. So a lot of women's thoughts or, experiences with the emotions they have dealing with women, not dealing with men, are negative. You understand? So a lot of the emotions that they feel dealing with men are usually negative to some form or another. You understand? Now, what happens is that because the emotions that they are used to feeling are negative, if they're in a situation where they're with a good guy, aka a nice guy, aka a beta male, what happens is that she gets bored in the situation with the nice guy, beta male, right? And then she has to start drama so that she can feel those emotions. Because the beta male nice guy gets her bored. So you're having this cool relationship, everything's cool, everything's nice, you're like, what? Everything is cool. But what happens is that she gets too comfortable, the comfortability gets boring, and now she wants some emotion. Where did she get the emotion? Oh, I remember my emotions spike and go crazy when I was in these ridiculous ass situations with these other guys. You understand? Now, here's the thing though. A woman can feel emotion on a positive side also. The problem is that a lot of women, what they do is that they settle with nice guy, beta male types of guys, the yes, dear type of guys, the guys who sleep on the couch, the guys who kiss ass and suck butt to women. So those are the guys that bore women to death, and they start coming up with all this like craziness. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a woman, she can feel the positive emotions and feel good. You understand what I'm saying? And be happy. But what it takes is a guy who actually knows how to deal with women. So if you're the type of guy who has game, who's a leader, who's masculine, who's consistent, who's on point, right? A woman dealing with a guy like that, she doesn't need the negative emotion to feel something. You understand? See, what happens is that a lot of these women, like I said, they're in situations where they draw the negative emotions from the past relationships or the relationships they're in that's fucked up right now, right? And so what happens is because they want to feel emotion, they will take it even though it's negative. So this is why a woman would like being unhappy, because she likes to feel emotion. But the emotion she's feeling usually stems from negativity. And now until she gets with a guy who can show her a different way, not a nice guy type of beta male dude who's just going to bore her to death, but a guy who's masculine, you understand what I'm saying? Dominant, a leader, those type of dudes make women feel a whole nother type of emotion. You understand? Which isn't something that's necessarily negative. You see what I mean? So the reason why women like to be unhappy is because they like to feel the emotions. But the emotions that they're used to feeling are negative, which leads to unhappiness. You see what I'm saying? So women would rather be unhappy feeling these negative emotions than to be bored. You understand what I'm saying? They would rather that. If you guys have any questions, put a Q in the chat. I'm about to open up the phone lines again. I don't know why I didn't. I fucking fucked up the time on the shit. I didn't put it set it to the right time. But yeah, if you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat, and then I will save the questions. And then you guys want to call up. I'm gonna try to get this phone line back up so we can get this shit cracking. But yeah, that's the reason why, you know, women actually like to be happy. I mean, like to be unhappy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is what confuses you guys too. Let me talk about the confusion real quick as I'm putting on the phone lines, right? Talk about the confusion real quick. So a lot of guys, they're confused, right? Because they're in relationships with women, right? And they're like,
your show now, press 1.
Your show is scheduled to start in 35 seconds.
All right, cool. So the phone lines are coming up right now. So now, a lot of guys are confused in relationships, right? Because what it is that they're sitting there and they're like, why is this chick so upset? What did I do? What's going on? And a lot of times what happens is that she's trying to drum up those emotions. And then the guy thinks, damn, I must have did something wrong as to why she's acting this way.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Right?
4,
let me make sure.
3,
let me so she does the countdown.
1.
But anyway, what's happening is that
Blog Talk Radio.
He's confused and he's frustrated because he's like, I don't understand why randomly she's just so upset sometimes. And sometimes what will happen is chicks will like sometimes just try to slickly, they're on a slick tip, try to start shit with you. Because what happens is that, again, they're trying to drum up those negative emotions. So, for example, you be chilling with your girl and she'll be like, you know, she'll say something crazy like, you know, she'll be like, you look kind of goofy with the clothes you be having on sometimes. And you're like, what? Like, what you talking about? She's like, I don't know, you just look kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? So she's kind of low-key disrespecting you. You understand? Now, why is she doing that? She's doing that because she wants you to come at her on some shit. She wants you to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? She wants to sort of get into an argument, some sort of debate, whatever, right? Because she's trying to drum up those emotions within her because she's bored. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what you guys have to do is when you realize or recognize this, right? A lot of times you got to understand that the reason why that's happening in most cases is because you might have started out that relationship as the guy who sort of catered to her, was a little bit too much of a nice guy. You just kind of, you know, was the average type of dude. So now she's in this relationship and she's just like, kind of like whatever with you right now. Other reasons like that is because what happens is that sometimes a woman gets too comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes a woman gets, we said, Locario said, she wants you to say, woman, do you want a spanking? Facts. That's what it is. That's facts. But what happens is she's acting that way, right? She's doing that because she wants to get into that argument, get into that situation. Now, when you start out as a guy who's on point, who vets a woman, who lets a woman know she's not going to get title of girlfriend or wife or whatever, unless she adheres to, you know, your leadership and your guidance and all this other stuff, right? If you start out that way, you're going to have less and less of that negative emotions that she's trying to drum up and stir up, right? Now, the reason why is because you're showing her a different way. You understand what I'm saying? You're showing her a different way. You're basically showing her something new that she's probably never seen before or experienced before. So what happens is that she's going to have a different type of emotion based off of, you know, experiencing that experience that she's never experienced before. You understand? So what happens is that sometimes you can transition a woman from having to put out all that negativity and being on some bullshit to actually adhering to what you're about and you influencing her to see a better way. See, this is why a lot of times, I've talked about this before in the past, when I say upgrading a woman's mind, right? When you upgrade a woman's mind, what happens is that you basically influence her in a way that teaches her a different way to see things, the different way to live, a different way to, have a certain perspective or viewpoint on certain things. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that you take her mindset, right, to a different level. When you take her mindset to a different level, she's not going to necessarily be on the shit where she's trying to draw from negativity to try to feel something, because she's going to be feeling something. She's going to be feeling that difference that you provided in her life. You see what I'm saying? See, again, like I said, right now, women because see, the thing is this, it's not even necessarily that women like unhappiness. They like emotions. They like to feel something. The thing is the only thing that they know how to feel in general based off of their experiences are from negativity and goofiness that they've dealt with other men. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. So what happens is that you're going to have a lot of women coming at you with that type of energy. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, why my girl be tripping? She's tripping because she's basically trying to get some emotion, but you didn't do the job to upgrade her mind. Because if you did the job to upgrade her mind, she wouldn't be tripping like that. You see what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff that I want you guys to understand, is that, you're going to be frustrated if you don't recognize this, because what's going to happen is that if you don't know why she's acting this way, you're going to always assume it's something you did or something you did wrong. And then what happens is when you assume that you did something wrong when you know you didn't, right? You're going to try to fix something that doesn't necessarily need to be fixed in that situation. You understand? So, and that throws off your leadership or what you should be doing, which is leading. Because understand this, there's a lot of guys in relationships who are, the good guys, the nice guys, the beta male dudes, or whatever it is. They have girlfriends, wives, and all this other stuff, but they're not really leading their girl. They're just kind of, they're the type of guys that's like, yo, men and women are equal. Locario, what are you talking about? We're all equal. Like, you understand? Those are the type of guys that have that mentality where they're like, oh, we're all equal and we're all the same and blah, blah, blah. So they're in a relationship not leading their women. And then the woman, she's like, I'm bored with this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? He's too nice. He's too regular. He's run of the mill. I got with him because, he had some money, he had some resources. He was nice enough to where I feel safe with this guy in the sense of security that he will take care of me financially. But I don't really feel excited with this motherfucker. He kind of bores me. He does the same shit over and over again. There's nothing exciting. I'm not learning anything from him. I don't feel excited to be with this guy, right? And so because she's kind of bored and just sitting there, that's when she drums up the drama. You understand? That's when it becomes all of this ridiculousness. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Now that you know that this is what it is, what happens is that you have to start upgrading her from that point, right? So what it is you can check a chick in that situation, if you're that guy who the girl is like, acting all funny style and bringing up a bunch of bullshit to try to start an argument. You're like, listen, we're not going to go down that route. You understand? We're not going to do that. I understand why you're acting this way. You don't need to act this way. And we're going to go this direction, here on out. You understand what I'm saying? And then from that point, your ass need to lead, guide, direct, and upgrade her fucking mind. But see, you got to be a type of man who knows how to do that. Because if you're not, this is where you're going to get all of these situations and these issues. Unfortunately, a lot of guys don't have game, so therefore they're not the type of guy, which is why the average man has this type of issue. You understand? The average man has this type of issue because he doesn't understand what's going on. He thinks that, and this is the funny part. I didn't want to take it here, but guys always talk about body count, right? It's not really the body count, bro. It's the actual experience. A chick could have been with 3 dudes and ain't fucked not one of them, but had crazy, ridiculous ass experiences with them that were negative. You understand? And then what happens is that because that negativity is implanted in her fucking subconscious, right? And she was feeling things, because understand this, a woman would rather be crying her eyes out about a guy who played her that she really liked. She'd rather be crying in her pillow, wiping her tears. You know what I'm saying? Like eating ice cream and shit, bitching to her girlfriend. She'd rather be doing that than be bored with some goofy nigga, just bored. You understand? As crazy as that sounds, she would rather be doing that. She would like that more than being bored. I'm telling you. But see, what happens is that's low level shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's low level shit. You want to take her to a higher level, which is the upgrade. So you want her to be able to feel emotions, and she won't be bored. She'll feel the emotions, but it'll be on the other side of the spectrum where it's, you know, wow, I feel excited with this guy. I'm having a great time. I'm actually happy. I don't have to go to the unhappiness. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, like I said earlier, the happiness comes from within. So what happens is that you influence her, the upgrade influences her to see a different perspective so that she can have a certain perspective, so that she can feel better about situations, so that she could be happy within herself based off of having you there to influence her and upgrade the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I want you guys to understand, man. It's not that she's just, I'm talking about her liking to be unhappy. You understand what I'm saying? And hold on, Kev Smith is ridiculous. He's a little card. Have you ever tried to slap your girlfriend because she was talking sideways? Hell fucking no. I don't do that shit. But it's funny. I told this story before. There was a girl that I dated. I thought this was hilarious. I mean, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? So there was this girl that I dated, right? So she told me, this is probably like maybe a month and a half in, when I was messing with her. So, we hooked up whatever a few times, but we was chilling, and she told me how this dude, her ex, tried to hit her. You understand? Or he would get down like that or whatever. And so I'm listening to this and I'm talking to her and I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, why? Like, and I'm like, man, that's some pussy shit. Like, why would a motherfucker even raise his hand to hit a woman? You understand what I'm saying? That's some pussy ass. I was like, this nigga's a pussy, man. Fuck out of here. That's some bullshit, right? Now, as me and this woman continue to see each other, right? I remember, I don't know what she did or said, but I remember I was pissed off about whatever she did and said, right? Now, I remember at that moment when she really pissed me off, because she did other things, before that I kind of was like, it annoyed me, but I checked it and I was like, whatever, right? But she did this one thing that pissed me off. And I was like, what the fuck? So then at that moment, I thought about her ex. And I said, wait a second. I was like, I don't condone your ex slapping you, but I understand. I told you it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I said, I do not condone your ex slapping you. That's what I'm thinking. I don't condone that shit at all, but I understand why he was tempted or why he tried. I was like, you're fucking crazy. Now, again, I don't support hitting women. I'm just saying. I literally thought that in my head. I was like, yo, this nigga I was talking about, I said, yo, I was like, I understand why. Oh my God, like this is crazy. So I don't say hit a woman ever. I'm just saying I understand though why he would want to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. You understand? So again, no physical fucking violence on no women. I'm just saying. I just thought that was crazy. You know what I mean? But, you know, again, at the end of the day, man, understand that, you know, and this goes to what I've always been saying. Women react to men. So even when, you know, the girl is like, you know, acting all crazy, you know, getting into that negative space or whatever it is like that, it may not necessarily be anything you did specifically. You understand? It can be just her tapping into those emotions that she felt from the last guy or the guys before that. You understand what I'm saying? That made her feel the way she was feeling. And then she taps into that to feel something. Because if she's bored, if she's feeling too complacent, if she's feeling really comfortable and nothing like, you understand? And again, this is why I said this is most of them, not all. You have women out there who, you know, they don't really tap into that. They got a little bit more sense. You understand? You have women who are with men who taught them some things. You understand what I'm saying? So that also happens. But let me get to some of these calls real quick and then get to some of these questions. We're going to go to 404-252 and then 412. So 404 was popping. Who this?
Hey, default. Don't need $1.
What up? What's going on?
Okay, so there's a girl that I'll see at the mall, and I have a fetish. I have a Audi belly button fetish.
Wait, you said you have a what? An Audi belly button fetish?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened?
It's like I see this girl Audi belly button. Like it's like I'll approach her. I was looking at her belly button. I was staring at her belly button. I was like, I asked her, "Hey, can I take a picture on your belly button?" You know what I'm saying?
Did you say to this woman, "Can I take a picture of your belly button"?
Yeah.
And what'd she say?
No, I mean, I talked to her. I talked to her. No, I talked to her. I introduced myself first. I introduced myself. And I said, "Hey, you got a nice belly button?" She said, "Thank you." And I said, "Oh, get a picture of your belly button. I want to see it. I want to remember that belly button." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you said I want to take a picture of the belly button. And what did she say again?
She said she looked at me weird. She let me do it. She understand why I let do it.
She let you take a picture of her belly button?
Yeah, belly button. I mean, I love belly buttons. She didn't thought it was a big deal. I see pictures of her belly button.
No, I'm asking you. No. Oh, you say you wanted just to appreciate it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I talked to her for a couple of minutes before I take a picture of her belly button.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I want to know. Did you say you wanted to take a picture of her belly button?
Yes.
Okay. What did she say? What did she say when you told her that?
You say, she told me that she did not know our belly button fetish.
She said what? She said what?
She told me that she looked at me weird. She didn't know that her belly button fetish. Say, "You like belly buttons?" And
no, I can't understand what you're saying because I'm trying to understand what the hell went down with this belly button story. You feel what I'm saying? So, real quick, she said what? Say it real slow.
Okay. She said that, "Are you a belly button bandit or something like that?" She looked at me weird. She hesitated right there. And I said, "Yes, I'm a belly button. I'm an Audi belly button bandit."
Okay, and then what did she say to that?
She said, "Okay." She let me take a picture. "Okay, you can take a picture of my belly button as long as you don't touch it." That she said.
Okay, so you took a picture of her belly button?
Yeah, she said as long as you don't touch it. That's what she
Okay,
said.
now, hold on. Are you trolling? You're not telling me you trolling?
I'm not trolling. I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm not trolling. I'm serious.
Okay. So then, what
I'm
happened?
serious.
What happened after that? What'd you do after that? You took the picture. What'd you do?
I went away. I went home. I went to that. I went to the belly button. I went to the belly button on my home. So
you say you just went home after that?
yeah, I was too nervous, like too scared. I was like, I was buzzing.
So wait. So hold on. Were you attracted? Hold on. So did you want to get with this woman? You wanted to get with her, right? So you could play with her belly button, right?
Yeah, I did.
So why didn't you tell her, yo?
I do, yeah.
Why didn't you tell her, yo, call me so I could play with your belly button later? Why you ain't say that?
Oh, dude, scared. Like, dude, I don't know to myself. I don't know how to flirt. I don't know how to have a mouthpiece. I had no mouthpiece. I had no game.
You say you ain't got no mouthpiece, you ain't got no game. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, bro. Hit me up and get on that bad boy membership, bro. Because look, you're gonna have a lot of women that's gonna pass you by with belly buttons. You feel what I'm saying? That you're gonna like, and then you know what I'm saying? You're gonna miss out. So listen, step up your mouthpiece game. You got to tell these girls, listen. You know, look, I wanna, stick some things in that belly button. You feel what I'm saying? And then after that, see what they say, my brother. But hit me up later. Hit me up on the Bad Boy membership or for some coaching. All right, so let's go to 252. 252. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Locario? I don't know what was going on with that last call, but
what's going on? Did you okay. Hold on? Did you donate?
Yeah, so I know. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
For sure.
All right. Cool. All right. So what's going on?
All right. So I know, like, you're kind of in the lifestyle, kind of, right? With non-monogamy and stuff.
Right.
And hey, you're right there. Yeah. So I was out last weekend at this spot, right? And, I started talking to a more of a bigger chick. And she was like, "Oh, you're attractive and all, and do you want to come to a swingers party next weekend, which is today?" And so I guess it's going to be like 44 people there, a bunch of people, and I didn't know if you have any advice on swingers parties and what to bring, stuff like that.
Right. Well.
So.
All right. Well, this is the thing. It's just it's okay. Is it at her house?
It's actually at a guy's house that had 8 bedrooms, 8-person hot tub, fire pits and all that.
Okay, well,
but it's actually, she said it's going to be more females there. So the reason why she asked me because she needed an extra male suit, for the women and stuff. So,
right.
I don't know.
Well, just make sure your ass wears some condoms. You know what I'm saying? And just have a good time. Ain't nothing really else. You know what I'm saying to say about it, really. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you strap up.
Are you worried about catching anything, like bringing it back to your main chicks, or not really?
I mean, it's like anything else. It's like if you was to meet another random woman and go out with her and hook up, it's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, what's the difference between you hooking up with 4 girls in 2 months and then fucking 4 girls at a swingers party? Is you still fuck 4 girls? You know what I'm saying? So just wear protection and pray for the best. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Don't eat no chick's pussy though. Don't eat no chick's pussy. That's what I'm saying. Don't be going down on no chicks in there. That's all I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. I say, listen.
Okay, what about
oh, so you like eating pussy, don't you?
No, I know, but the thing is, they're gonna expect that.
Nah, you ain't got to do shit. Listen, let me tell you something. You ain't got to do nothing you don't want to do. All right, I'll tell you this. Listen, I'll tell you this. You ain't got to do nothing you don't want to do, right? Definitely wear condoms, and also, you got to watch out for the bisexual niggas. Stay away from them dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Because they'll try to be all friendly with you and then be like, hey, so, and you're like, no, nigga, you go on that side of the fucking house, nigga, go over there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so,
Yeah.
So just, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, look out for that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you do that. But other than that, you good. You feel me?
So last night I met up with the organizer for it. She showed me the invitation list, and it was a lot of like older like cougars and stuff, and like there's married couples. And how are you with like fucking another woman, a married woman, in front of her husband? Like, have you done that, or are you cool with that?
Yeah, that's nothing. Just bro, all you got to do, because some dudes, they like that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you're gonna probably have dudes there that want you to fuck their wife. So you know what I'm saying? If you want to fuck her, just be like, all right, cool, do the thing. Just tell him to stand the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, you stand over there, nigga.
That motherfucker, yeah, I might fucking knock this fucker out.
Exactly. Like, bro, stand over there. Get your ass over there. Don't, like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you don't have all that type of shit. You're gonna have, because it's guys that's actually usually what a cuckold is for people that want to know. It's when you're in a situation where the guy is in, because you know, if he's like a submissive dude, because you have some guys in there that are submissive to their women. The woman is in there fucking you and talking shit to her man. So they like that gets them off. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit they'll do. You feel what I mean? So you just, you know.
I don't get why do guys are into that shit? I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
It's some dudes just like it. It's like different shit turn on different people. You know what I'm saying? So some dudes, that gets them off. Like there's like so many different types of like things that people like. It'll blow your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's chicks also who there's certain girls you meet that they'll get off by you telling them about other chicks you fucking. So like, you'll be fucking the girl and then she'd be like, oh yeah, well, you fucking Stacy like this yesterday? Oh my God. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they'll be into that shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Like, it's
like
people's into a bunch of different shit.
Fetish, right?
Yeah. So they like all that shit. So it just all depends on the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they were saying you can spend the night and shit, and they make breakfast in the morning, but I don't know if I want to wake up and see all these motherfuckers, you know, eating breakfast with them and shit, you know?
Nah, you ain't got to
like,
spend the night, nigga. Just do what you do and be out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was looking for advice, you know, so.
Yeah, but have fun.
I appreciate it.
Have fun, use protection.
Good work, man. You're doing good, Mr.
All right, man. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All right. So Excalibur, because Excalibur ain't got no game. He said, no, sorry, Locario, cuckold is a husband who lets his wife sleep around with other dudes. This is what's always troubled me about the internet. The internet has just a lot of stupid idiots on the internet. You understand? Like, you guys can Google shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can actually Google shit and don't look at shit on Urban Dictionary. Like, actually Google shit from people and read about shit from people who know what the fuck they're talking about. Listen to people who know what they're talking about. First of all, cuckold, let me explain to you guys the history. Cuckold, actually, the original definition of a cuckold is a woman who's unfaithful to her husband, gets pregnant by another man, and everybody knows it except for him, and he takes care of her and the baby and all that other shit. That's the original definition of a cuckold. You understand? Exactly, Andrew, talking about it so many times, the dudes is goofy. And then it turned into, later on down the years, it turned into a thing where when a man, and this is the definition for you guys who are stupid, it's when a man, right, is submissive and subservient to his woman, right? And that woman dominates her man, and that man gets off by seeing his wife having sex with another guy. Get it? Now, if you have a man who is with a woman like myself, right? And you are non-monogamous, you understand? And so if my wife is with another dude or my girl is with another dude, that's not being a cuckold. That's being non-monogamous. You get it? So dudes is always trying to come up with their own definitions of shit. And I'm like, bro, that's not what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's not what it is. I'll be trying to tell these guys. You see what I'm saying? Because dudes would be like, oh, well, if the girl you with is fucking another dude that makes you a cuckold, so then if you have a girl and I go fuck your girl, does that make you a cuckold? You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, stop. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All right, so let me get to 412. 412, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario? This is AT calling, man.
AT, what's good, bro?
All right, chilling. You know, I definitely did donate.
Appreciate it. All right. So what's going on? What's popping?
Man, that first caller had me cracking up. I just hope when summertime gets here, he isn't arrested for like snapping pictures of girls' belly buttons and all that stuff. You know, when they have on the midriffs, or he strolls to the beach or something like that.
Oh man, that's crazy. That dude, he's crazy. Yeah, but let's go with you though.
Man, but this topic, it just, when you started talking about it, I was like, oh my God, this hit home, because this, you know, kind of described when I was married. And, you know, everything I would think when I'm with my girl and then we're married, everything's going good. Then all of a sudden she would like pull some bullshit.
Right.
And it's just like, what, you know, where is this coming from? Or like you said, one time had a dream, and this really happened. Had a dream that I cheated. Not that I actually did, had a dream that I cheated, and then proceeded not to sleep with me for like 3 months.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. And so it would just, you know, be going like that. And then the times when things would be good, kind of like whenever she would do something, I'd explode on her. She might be mad, but then it was like she'd be so submissive and, you know, just sweet as can be for a time period. Then it would be, everything's cool. Some bullshit would happen.
Right.
We'd argue. Then she's cool. And it was like this repeating pattern. And then, you know, once I got out of that, and then first started dating, you know, I still had the, like, I guess the marriage relationship stink on me. So I'm going out with girls thinking everything is cool. They're complaining about the asshole dudes they're with. I'm like, well, what the fuck you stay with him 5 years for? But yet the dude that you say was nice and sweet, you, after 6 months, you kicked his behind to the curb.
Right.
I didn't get it until, you know, started coming across like your content and whatnot. Then I started realizing, oh, they need that emotional roller coaster in order to feel something. So it was just like, okay, I see it now. So instead of when things are going good, now I can kind of see, even when girls were friends with benefit situations where things are cool, all of a sudden they want to throw a monkey wrench, start talking about other guys, or maybe I should get out there and see if there's somebody, you know, that wants to, you know, be in a relationship. And I'm just like, go for it. You know, hey, do what you got to do. I'll help you. Do you need help taking pictures for your profile picture? I'll run it for you. I'll have you some dates in no time. Then all of a sudden, oh, no, I'm good. But it's like, it comes out of nowhere when things are fine. So it's like you're saying, it seems as though when things are good, it's like they can't stand it. And then all of a sudden have to throw like a monkey wrench into the plan.
Right, exactly. And you know what it is also too, is sometimes what happens is this, is that there's always a, there's always going to be some sort of like thing where a woman is, because I was talking about how women, they'll be like unhappy or just like some negative stuff could have occurred with other guys or just in their history of dealing with men. But this is the funny part. Some of the negative stuff is not necessarily even like objectively negative. It's more so from their perspective is negative. So for example, let's say a woman was dating a guy, right? And he was, you know, he's a cool guy. Everything was chill. They was hanging out, hooking up, having a good time. But then she wanted to be his girl. But he's like, yo, I'm not really trying to be a man. I'm just chilling right now. We kicking it, whatever, right? So because he don't want to be her man at the moment, she's pissed off at him and upset at him and mad at him. And now, oh, he's just a dog and he's a player and he don't give a fuck. And, you know, he's immature and blah, 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 blah. So now what happens is she's getting mad over the fact that she's not getting her way with him. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't necessarily do anything wrong, because he done told her like, hey, look, we just kicking it, whatever it is, like that. So sometimes what happens is that from the perspective of the woman, the guy is an asshole. You understand what I'm saying? But he didn't necessarily do anything. It's just from her perspective, she doesn't like how he's being. And then what happens is, again, that still draws up the emotion. You feel what I mean? And then that makes her feel a certain type of way. And now she's like angry and pissed off and upset, but she's still feeling the emotion, because the thing is, that's what makes women feel alive, is emotion. You understand what I'm saying? Like feeling the feelings. This is why women can get like so enamored by like words and shit, like stuff you say. You understand? This is why mouthpiece is important. Even I remember me and April, we was at a karaoke thing at this spot, and there's this guy that would come to the karaoke joint. He sings real good, like the dude is on point. He was singing the Sam Smith song, and the dude sung the song, and there was a girl in the spot, and she started crying just based off his singing. Just started crying, and I'm like, damn, so the shit was hitting her so deep that she started crying over his singing. You understand? And then she was offering to buy him a drink and shit because she's like, hey, can I get you a drink? Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Blah 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 blah. You understand? Women thrive off the emotion, so that's why they remember, because men and women are different. There's going to be a natural conflict and friction between us. So therefore, it's easy for her to pick certain things to be upset about. You see what I'm saying? So that's where it also stems from too. That's why it's easy for her to drum up drama and nonsense and bullshit and get into ridiculous ass arguments with the man, because it's easy for her to do that, because from her perspective, you doing your man thing is negative to her. That's like, well, why do you have to have all these girls? Why don't you grow up? You understand what I'm saying? Like that's her thought process. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right. And then kind of, going with what you were saying earlier, and I hear Miles say it all the time, like women ain't shit. So is it sometimes that women get bored in a relationship where a guy treats her like she matters because she doesn't matter to herself? Or am I kind of off on that?
No, I mean, that could be part of it too, because understand, this is the thing, is that like if a woman is like, a lot of times when guys treat the woman like they matter, they treat the woman like they matter in the sense of worshiping the woman, unfortunately. Okay, so what happens is that worshiping of the woman, she's looking at this like what is that? You understand? Because women don't want to be worshipped. Women want to be in a situation where they're in their feminine with a masculine man. And a masculine man doesn't worship women. A masculine man leads women. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that the worship, she'll take it. She's like, okay, well, yeah, treat me like this, blah, 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 whatever it is, like that, right? And so what happens is that, the chick, she's with the dude, and because he's giving her all this like nice guy praise energy, right? All of that shit just starts to feel extremely comfortable. And then once you start to feel extremely comfortable, you take shit for granted. You see what I'm saying? And when you take shit for granted, you just kind of like, whatever about this thing. And then you get bored, and then you got to drum up more emotion, because when the woman is with the man, if the man can't give her that energy, that feeling, you understand what I'm saying? Like even when a woman misses you, like that feeling of missing you is great, because it's like, it makes her think about you. She's wondering about you. She's like, oh, I can't wait to see him. Like, it gives her that feeling. You see what I'm saying? But if a woman's with a dude and he's kind of running the mill, and he's worshiping her and he's treating her like, like a queen, and he's kissing her ass or whatever, and she's just like, okay, I'll take it, but whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It kind of just gets like whatever. And then therefore that whatever turns into boredom, and that boredom turns into her drumming up all of this fucking craziness that's going to make her act the way she's acting. You feel what I mean?
Right. So then does that, I guess, correlate to like where, like you said, if it's a run-of-the-mill guy, he's working his 9 to 5, come home, does the same thing, day in and day out. So she kind of knows he's predictable, as a guy where, like myself, where it's casual. So she's wondering, well, what is he doing tonight? Is he with another girl? Is he going out on a date? Where it's like they're pissed off because you're seeing somebody else, but yet they can't wait to see you and want to see you even longer because you do that.
Right, and the key thing is too, is this is the funny part. The more attractive you are, right, as a man, right, the more she's going to not be bored. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's always the constant on her toes with this guy, because maybe one day, like, I like him, I like being with him, I like hanging out with him, but at the same time, he could leave me at any time, and what if he does leave me? And she starts thinking about that, and blah 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 blah. So it's going through those emotions. You understand what I'm saying? That keeps her interested, and that keeps her there. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that when a woman is with a guy who bores her to death, you understand, she may not necessarily want to leave him necessarily, but it's like, I need to feel something so I don't be bored in the situation I'm in. Cause she's like, well, even though I'm bored, he still has resources. He's still doing this for me. And I like that part of it, but I'm just like, I don't feel anything with this dude. So therefore she has to drum up those emotions, and those emotions usually stem from negativity or something she perceives as negative. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And then I just had one quick question. You know, obviously knowing you do the open marriage, like open relationship type of thing.
Right.
When you're, dealing with women, obviously because you're married, I know you said up front, but in a situation like me where I'm just dating casually, I would be open to a relationship, but it would be an open relationship. So is that something, do you think, when you're first going out with women, if they're, saying, hey, I'd be open to an open relationship, or is that something down the line after you've been, hanging out for a while and seeing how they are? That you mentioned. Do you think it's better to bring it up front or later on?
Nah, bring it up down the line. Because this is the thing. You shouldn't even be talking about a relationship with her until you get to the point where that can be even an option for her. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that if you're dealing with these girls and you say, oh yeah, well, like this is like the, third time you're kicking it with them or whatever, and you're like, yeah, down the line, I'm thinking, I would want to be an open relationship, yada, 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 right? And so anytime you're talking about relationship or any type of thing like that, even if you were just saying it hypothetically, like, yeah, if, they're going to associate that with them. So they're thinking you're talking about you and them, period. Gotcha. So this is why, I tell guys, don't even mention none of that shit. Even like dudes that are, because like me myself, like since I'm married and I also have a relationship with my girlfriend, right? I let girls know up front that I'm in an open relationship. You understand? And that I am non-monogamous, right? So that they know what was going on in the situation, because I just like to let all of the cards on the table. Now, other guys that I know that are non-monogamous, but they're not married and they may not necessarily have a girlfriend or whatever it is, I usually tell them, listen, when you meet a girl, you don't even need to tell her necessarily about your situation until it gets to the point where they need to know about your situation. You see what I'm saying? So meaning like if a guy, like let's say for example, you had a guy who was non-monogamous and he had a girlfriend or whatever, right? And then he meets a girl off of Tinder and he knows he just want to smash like once or twice. Right? He don't need to let her know his damn life and all his information because he's just trying to smash once or twice. You see what I'm saying? So if he knows that and he's just doing that, then he just does what he does. Give her some dick, drop off some dick. You feel what I'm saying?
Dick is a gift.
And then after that, he just keeps moving. So she don't need to know all of this extra crazy shit, you understand, that's going on in his life, because that's not relevant for her at that moment at all, because all he's doing is hooking up with her. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha. So even when they ask, because I've been married and say like, oh, would you get married or would you be in a relationship again? At times I'd be like, I'm not opposed to it, but it would definitely be open. You're saying don't even mention that.
No. If they're asking and they're having a conversation, it's fine to respond and talk about it. What I'm saying is you shouldn't be bringing it up like randomly. Like you shouldn't be the one bringing it up as a conversation point. You feel what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is, like, if you're chilling with her, you're like, hey, I was thinking, I want to actually be in some type of open relationship at some point. Cause then she's thinking, oh, you're talking about us. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you weren't saying it specifically about her, she's going to take it that way. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So if you're bringing it up in that sense, she's going to assume that you're bringing it up about her. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why you don't want to bring up any type of relationship type of talking until it's relevant is because once you bring that up, like even if he was just saying like, oh yeah, I want to be in just a monogamous relationship or a relationship, whatever, you're just bringing that up as a conversation thing. What that will do sometimes is sort of alter the way that she's gonna how she's gonna come at you. You understand what I'm saying? So she's now gonna try to fit her behavior to match what she thinks you want, so she can be that for you. You understand? Instead of her naturally just being how she was gonna be, and then you decide whether or not you want her in that position. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wasn't saying I bring that. I mean, it's always been because, you know, of course, being married, they of course want to know, oh, what happened? Why'd you get divorced? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Yeah.
treated like a mofo. But then they'll ask me, would you get married again, or would you get in a relationship? And my response is, I'm not opposed to that, but it would definitely be open. I don't bring it up as a, you know, conversation.
Right. Yeah. Like if they ask and y'all talking about it, that's cool. But yeah, definitely though, like you shouldn't be the one bringing it up because she's gonna assume like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying that as far as like trying to make it about her and you doing that thing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely don't do that at all.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the call, my brother, as always.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Be safe. Peace.
All right.
Peace. All right. So let's go to 404, and I'm going to answer some questions, and I'm going to head up out of here. 404.
Oh, what's up, man?
What up?
You know, this is Z from Atlanta.
What up, my brother? Did you donate?
Yeah, I just donated.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, man. I got to make a brief statement, and then I'm going to ask my question. You know, sometimes I don't be liking Steve, man, but man, I gotta love him, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. This chick that I was dealing with a couple of months ago, man. You know, you and Miles I think y'all talked about it the other day. This chick that I was talking to a couple of months ago, we end up, you know, I ended up cutting off because she was being like disrespectful and shit like that.
Right.
Now, goddamn, this a whole new year. She trying to she texting me like, hey, and trying to say, oh, Happy New Year's. I'm just tapping in with you and all this old shit. And I'm just looking like, you know, I wanted to, you know, go back because the pussy was hidden. You know what I mean? But I'm like, man, fuck this chick, man. And all I kept on hearing was Steve like, yeah, you a cupcake ass motherfucker, and you know you gonna be her bitch and all this other shit. And I'm just like, damn. So I appreciate Steve, man, even though I don't like him sometimes.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Steve the Dean in the building. Shout out to Steve. That's the dude right there. So yeah, so what's going on with you?
This game is not for you.
Right.
But but the question is, when it comes to, you know, having sex with a woman, right? If you keep on sleeping with her, like you say dick is a gift, and I heard someone else that said, you know, treat your dick like a holiday so you can live every day like your birthday. So if you say if you know this is the you know the ideology when you with a woman, you know what I'm saying, should you be trying to sleep with her every day? You know what I mean? Like, and I experience, you know, that don't be panning out right. So shouldn't you like sleep with a chick like every 3 to 4 days and just try to like, you know, like span it out? You know what I mean? Like, don't just be sleeping with a woman every day. Well, so I'm just asking, what you think about that?
Yeah, your dick is part of you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is like anything else. If it's a girlfriend or your wife, then that's a different story. But if it's random girls that you're talking to or chicks that you hooking up with, then hell no, you shouldn't be sleeping with them every day. You understand what I'm saying? Because they haven't done anything to, you know, be rewarded with your presence that many times. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you have a girl who's your girlfriend, then yeah. If you have a girl who's your wife, then yeah, that's you could do that, you know, whenever. But what it is that if it's just a girl you hooking up with, a girl you dating here and there, whatever it is like that, you definitely don't want to be giving it to them like all the time. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's all I wanted to ask, man. Shit, it just seems like when I have done that before in the past, man, you know, women get attached on shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, when you spending like too much time, you might even say to them like, "Look, I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to have fun with you."
Right.
But it's still like, "Oh no, you my boyfriend." And then they get. I had a couple chicks say, because I was dealing with them for a couple of times, like, you know, for some time, they said, "Oh, you cheating on me." I'm saying, "Man, we ain't even together. What you talking about, man?" But that's all I had to ask.
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Just you know, give them. You got to spread like Certified Tyrone says, spread the D out. You know what I'm saying? Spread it out. Don't give it all at once to these new chicks. They got to earn this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate all the game and all the information you be putting out, man.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right. So let's get some of these questions real quick, and then I'm gonna head up out of here. Hold on, let me click this off real quick. All right, so let's get some of these questions. You said, can you be a nice guy and yet be respected by women? So basically having game as well, or is it one or the other? For example, you say yes/no when I guess you said say she or he wants, but also likes to see her happy. Well, this is the thing. Understand when we talk about the nice guy is an archetype. See, the nice guy isn't the same as being a good dude. You understand? Like a good person. We're not talking about that. The nice guy is the guy who bends over backwards, does everything the woman says. He basically is like the woman's bitch. You feel what I'm saying? That's the nice guy. So what happens is that, a woman isn't going. The reason why women don't respect guys who are the nice guys is because a nice guy isn't really necessarily giving a woman what she needs, which is a masculine man. You understand what I'm saying? So women will use and take advantage of nice guys because they'll, use them what they can use them for, but they don't really respect them because those guys, they don't really see their value, which is why they're worshiping the woman. You understand? And so it's hard for her to respect a man when the man elevates her over him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what happens with that. He said, how can I deal with girls that can't go out a lot because of their parents? Niggas start hollering at older women that live, on their own, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, do you also need to train the bitch as well as influence her? Yes, you have to train your chick. You got to influence. Listen, okay, think about it this way, man. Think about yourself as a company. You understand? And think about, I'm just using an example. Think about your girl as the worker in the company. You understand? Or you're the manager at the company and she's the worker. You have to train her to do the job. You understand? Or else she's going to get fired. You understand? So that's what it is. Well, let me see the other questions we have. What if you're generally boring but a monster in the bedroom? Will that keep her satisfied? Not necessarily, because in order to have an actual relationship with a woman, you have to hit on all cylinders. You can't just if you're good in the bedroom, that's cool. But if everything else outside the bedroom sucks, then it ain't really gonna hit. So you might as well just be a fuck buddy at that point. You understand what I'm saying? That's why, when I tell guys about, the game when it comes to relationships, it's actually more difficult than just hooking up with chicks. He said, Locario, why is it these days when a person is nice is seen as weakness? I want to know why the world is so upside down. See, this is the thing. If you're genuinely a nice person, right? What happens is that that's not necessarily gonna be seen as weakness. You understand? Unless it's by people who, see being on some bullshit as strength. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're the type of person who's being nice in the sense of you're not really being nice, you're just acting certain ways because you think that me acting this way is going to get me something, that's not really you being nice. But if you're actually a nice person, you understand? That's different than you pretending to be a nice person. And so a lot of guys, what they do is they pretend to be a nice person. You see what I'm saying? That's really the issue. So Brian said, Locario, is it normal for my so-called girlfriend to act that way towards me after we've been together for 3 years? Why do you say your so-called girlfriend? What do you mean? And I don't even know what are you saying acting which way towards you? Do I got deal with virgin differently because she didn't experience sex? If yes, how can I get them guts? Oh my God, you guys in these questions, man, hilarious. Is it simping to sniff the bum bum? Y'all are funny. Jesus Christ, I can't. What is up with y'all in these questions, man? Crazy. You said, Locario, how many women in your rotation you had? I mean, this is the thing. I remember the largest rotation I had probably was about between like 9 and 12, 11 to 12 women, which was a headache. So I tell guys, keep the rotation between like 3, no more than 4. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're really, really getting it in out there. You said if women if most women are unhappy, what would be the benefit of dealing with a person who wants to be unhappy? You got to rewind the show, Wade, so you can hear all the rest of the stuff. If you talked only once, 3 hours on the phone with a woman, is it a big mistake? I had sex with her already, but I noticed a change in behavior. Okay, hold on. So you talk to a woman for 3 hours on the phone. That's not your girlfriend or wife. Yes, that's a mistake. You said you had sex with her already, but you noticed a change in her behavior. When did you notice a change in her behavior? Was it? I need to know the sequence of events that's going on. Was it like right after you talked to her for 3 hours, and was that before you had sex or after? Like, I got to know that shit. Brandon Webb, you said, do most women understand that men have to be cold to them in the game, or they're not aware of the kind of information you speak about here? No, this is the thing. You don't have to be cold, really. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be yourself. That's it. It's real simple. See, the problem is dudes think they need to like put on some fucking show or act different and, you know, and be on that type of shit. But you don't got to do that. So, RHM, we said after the sex. Okay, so hold on. So your question was, so you said you had sex with her and then you noticed a change in her behavior after the sex. Okay, were you on the phone with her 3 hours before you had sex or after you had sex? Like what was going on? You know what I'm saying? But to go back to Brandon real quick, you don't have to be cold. You have to be honest. Just be yourself. That's it. Being yourself is extremely attractive to women. That's all you got to do is be yourself. Meaning, like, let's say, for example, you know, if I'm talking to, like, if I'm at like an event or a party or something, let's say I go to a house party that my friend is throwing and I'm talking to some girl and I say, yo, listen, you know, I think you're kind of cute. I would love for us to get together sometime and hook up. Right. And she's like, oh, well, I don't really know you like that. Like, you know, shouldn't we like get to know each other more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, listen, I'm not really, you know, I got to know you already as much as I need to know you at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you my number and whenever you're ready to come through, just make it happen. You understand? I'm just being honest. I'm not being cold to her. I'm not being a dick. I'm just telling her what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk, when what was talking about having 25K before? Oh, you said when TK Kirkland was talking about having 25K before you have sex, was he referring to unprotected or is it still a trick mentality? Yeah, that's still a trick mentality. If you think you need any type of money before you having sex, that's on some goofy shit. Why have sex with this girl? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, y'all bugging out. Do you think you can keep a woman long-term until old age without marrying her? Yes, you can. The only problem is that if you keep a woman long-term without marrying her, what's going to happen is there's going to be a little bit of resistance in some of your interactions with this woman. You understand? It's going to be a little bit of resistance generally. Now, there are times where you could keep her long-term and not marry her. And if like you would have to basically have upgraded this woman's mind enough to where she really sees things from your point of view, you know, like heavily, so that she's following the fact that y'all are not going to, you know, get married or whatever. But the problem is sometimes too is that what happens is that you're usually not going to get a certain level of treatment. This is what I try to tell guys. A lot of guys is like, oh, I'm never getting married. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But usually you're not going to get a certain type of energy out of a woman. See, a committed relationship when you're dealing with a woman will create a certain type of cooperation that you can't get outside of that type of committed relationship. So if you were with her long term, you're still committed. You understand what I'm saying? But what happens is that the highest form of commitment is that marriage shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. It's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So you got to understand that. So I try to tell guys, like a lot of guys be confused by that. Like I did a video a long time ago where I was saying that, you know, because guys will be like, oh, well, you know, why do I need to have a girl to be my girl or this and that? I could just like get all this shit popping without her being my girl. I'm like, no, you can't. You understand what I'm saying? No, you're not. See, the problem with guys is this. A lot of times, and this is why guys have a hard time attracting women, a lot of guys forget that women are human beings. I'm dead serious. Like they literally forget that women have wants and needs also. So what happens is that what you want, you can get, but you also have to give to get. Right? So that's like saying, okay, that's like saying, you know what? I could get muscles and a six pack and all of that. You know, like I don't have to like work out. I could just go in the gym and walk around. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? I could just walk around and chill in the gym. You understand? And I'll get the six pack. I don't gotta do all the working out. I can get the six pack in the body without having to do that part. You understand? So so a lot of dudes think they can get without giving. So you're not going to get a wifey level cooperation from a woman who ain't wifey. You understand what I'm saying? You think you are, but you're not. Because what women do generally in a lot of cases is that they're holding out on that type of cooperation in a lot of cases because they're trying to get what they want. You understand? So you can get a certain level of cooperation, right? But you're not getting wifey cooperation. I always said it like this. If I hire you at my company and I have you working in the mailroom, but I'm like, man, this guy who works in the mailroom, I actually want him to do the work that the vice president of this company would do. How can I get him to do the work the vice president does and do the extra work he does and still pay him the same? And not only pay him the same, I'm gonna keep him in the mailroom. You see what I'm saying? Like, how's that gonna work? I'm gonna keep you in the mailroom. I'm gonna have you work the vice president's job and you're gonna stay in the mailroom. And not only that, I'm not going to give you the vice president's salary. I'm not going to let you sit in the vice president's office. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to extract all of this energy from your situation. You understand? So you're saying you can't have multiple women long term because you can't marry multiple women in the US? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is because of the laws of the US, yeah, you're going to have your wife. You understand what I'm saying? But the highest form of relationship or title that you will have with the other woman is your girlfriend. And then sometimes what happens is that they also do a thing called commitment ceremonies. So the thing is that if you can't necessarily marry this other woman because of the law in the country, you can still have a commitment ceremony saying, look, I'm actually committed to you in this way to let you know, hey, I'm putting you in this position. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that there has to be something that you're giving in order for you to get that type of energy out the woman. You understand what I'm saying? So You got to understand that concept also. You feel me? But yo, I gotta actually head up out of here. So listen, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership today. You get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month on the Bad Boy membership. Also, make sure you guys check out the Game Kings documentary on the Bad Boy membership. You can watch that for free. And also, make sure you guys hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/mr.locario to join the Patreon, and we'll get that shit cracking. All right. So that is it, people. I'm out of here. I will holler at y'all later. Peace.
Trends, why you so nice with it? The gear's tight looking right, you got the ice with it. A conversation with me will change your life. Your wife wants the pipe, and when I hit you feel a slight difference. In her box, my cock's bigger, I'm hot nigga. She don't rock with you, she got with you for dough. Your hoes a thought, if you fuck around, I'll take your mom, kiss her, fuck her, then I'm taking your hot sister. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. You cuff that bitch, I'ma fuck that bitch. You in love that chick, will suck that dick. That slut will kick you out your house, man, fuck your couch. I'm Rick James, bitch, I'll take your bitch and fuck her mouth, nigga. You bitching cause I'm smashing your hoe, you so passionate though. You would laugh for her to go on the trip, now you tripping because I got her ass, you acting vaginal, bro. I'll give her back, blow her back out, then go. Nigga, act like you know. Sharing is caring, nigga, I dare a nigga to swear that niggas can get to his chick. I put fear in niggas, they scared this nigga will take the girl and make her my bitch. You the type to die for a slut, you lie just to fuck. You like to get drunk and high just to get the courage to say hi, you a punk. You want to get some ass but then you act like a monk. She's stringing you along, it's going on like a month. You spending all this dough, she still ain't touching your junk. She taking off her pennies and you smelling the funk. You say you hate it but you ate it even though that it stunk. Nasty ass nigga. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. I'ma keep fucking your lady. My pull-out game's amazing, we ain't having a baby. You bitchin' moaning and crying, complaining, acting crazy because I'm fucking your girl, you punk ass, you pay me. Get cash to smash your whack ass chick. You too stupid to realize I'm teaching your whack ass shit. All up in your feelings, you feeling all attached and it's making you go crazy. And maybe if you had that shit we call game, you know you can't control no hoe. No matter if she's bad or right or just so-so. You trying to control that bitch, that's a no-no. You worried about other niggas, that's so homo. Pause. Niggas wanna be so romantic, but they chick be all up on another man's dick. I be on that man shit, they be acting manic. I don't think these guys know what a man is. Y'all thinking you're out here winning with your money and status, you're thinking you're rich.